Hey everyone, so today we're going to be going over a 2020 election prediction versus Joe Biden versus Donald Trump. So, as we all know, Joe Biden, Vice President of the United States under Barack Obama, Senator from Delaware, strong ties with the Democratic Party, a very big unifier. I think if he did run in 2020, he would overwhelmingly win the primaries regardless of who was running against him, not to mention the fact that he is loved by many Republicans. He works across the aisle. He's voted with Republicans on some issues that Democrats haven't voted completely with. So he's one of those types of people that will work across the aisle, and he's liked by both sides of the political spectrum. So he's respected. He's a winner, and he has the experience and the unifying qualities. So let's just start this off by saying I don't think Donald Trump has a chance against Joe Biden in 2020, regardless of how he performs this year. It may be close if he performs very well. We'll see throughout this video, but I don't think that Donald Trump has a chance if he doesn't go through with every single one of his promises against a very popular vice president, against an unpopular incumbent president with approval ratings as low as Donald Trump's. So Washington, Oregon, California, we go through this the same every video. 74 electoral votes just off the West Coast. Nevada, I'm leaving safe for Joe Biden. Arizona, I'll leave toss up. Utah, I'll safe Republican. Idaho, Wyoming, Montana, North Dakota. Now, the reason why I gave Nevada already to Joe Biden was because of the fact that Joe Biden will be able to turn minority turnout because he will appeal to them. He appeals to not only to the white working class, to the entire Democratic Party. Bernie Sanders supporters like him, the Clinton supporters like him, and with a unified Democratic Party, they turn out minority voters. It does not necessarily have to be the candidate, but like in my recent predictions, Elizabeth Warren would divide the Democratic Party again. Heidi Heitkamp will as well. But if someone like Joe Biden, who's a winner, who's loved by the entire Democratic Party and some Republicans, I think that he would be able to take Nevada very easily, especially with its Latino population. New Mexico, I'm leaving safe. Biden. Colorado, I'll leave as a toss-up just for now. The reason why I'm leaving New Mexico, the same reason as Nevada, strong Democratic population here with Latinos. Colorado, I'm thinking about giving it to safe Joe Biden just because of the fact, again, Latino population, all in these states except for Utah. But I'm just going to give that as a toss-up for now because it's traditionally toss-up, so things may change. Nebraska, there's no way that the second congressional district here is safe Republican, especially not against Joe Biden. Kansas and Oklahoma, of course. Texas will be a toss-up. Minnesota, safe Democrat. Iowa, toss-up. Missouri, safe. Arkansas, safe. All these states in the South, which are essentially safe in every single election. Indiana, I'm going to leave as a toss-up. Illinois, safe Democrat. Georgia, toss-up. South Carolina. Virginia, safe. The reason why I'm giving Virginia safe is the rural counties there support Joe Biden. A lot of them support Joe Biden. They hated Hillary Clinton. They like Joe Biden because they can appeal to him. Not to mention the fact that with the rural counties combined with the urban counties, that's a landslide victory you get in states like Virginia, which is slowly turning more Democratic. Florida, that one is definitely a toss-up in this election. Now let's go through the Northeast. Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware, his home state. Well, technical home state. I think his home state is Pennsylvania, but I think that the fact that he was a senator there in Delaware is more of his technical home state, but his real home state is Pennsylvania, where he's born in Scranton. And then Maryland, District of Columbia, now New York, 29 electoral votes. Vermont, New Hampshire, I'm leaving safe because up there it's all Joe Biden territory. This is all strong Democratic territory when someone like Obama or Biden runs. Not when someone like Clinton runs because they can appeal to Trump because he worked his way up. Just like they can appeal to Biden, who grew up in the Northeast. He was a part of the white working class, and he's not some government elitist, or he's not some establishment Democrat. Although he may have inroads with all the establishment Democrats, he's someone who's more of an outsider. He wasn't as outspoken as other past vice presidents have been for certain political candidates. He didn't exactly jump fully on the Clinton campaign until after she won the primary, and didn't outright single out any part of the Democratic Party. Maine, I'm thinking that all of 4 of its electoral votes will go to Joe Biden, just based on the fact that Joe Biden, he can really appeal to the base there. I mean, like I said before, this is a man who worked diligently to build himself up from the bottom. He was born in a small town in Pennsylvania and was a part of the white working class. He knows their struggles. He knows their frustrations. He understands where they grew, where they came from, where they started, how they came to be. So I'm thinking that will really help him in a way to appeal to voters, especially in states like Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania, and in Ohio. Ohio I'm leaving as a toss-up. Arkansas, Alaska, I'll give to Donald Trump, and Hawaii to Joe Biden. So let's just go over his home state, in my opinion, of Pennsylvania. That one will go solidly to Joe Biden, in my opinion, because of the fact that Joe Biden really pushed Obama here in Pennsylvania. They knew, hey, we have a vice president who's our friend. He grew up the same way we are growing up now. He lived the same path that we are living now. He grew up in the small town of Scranton that voted for Obama by large margins to Hillary Clinton by around 5%. So that will really help him there. Michigan, I'm going to give to him, which puts him at 260 electoral votes. And the reason why Michigan, because Trump won it by 10,000 votes, Joe Biden unifies the Democratic Party. All those Jill Stein voters come back. That's around 1 million votes in Michigan. Those come back to the Democratic Party, they win Michigan solidly. Then you take into effect all the people who didn't come out to vote because they didn't like either candidate but usually voted Democrat, like for Obama. That will land Michigan in solid Democrat territory, along with Wisconsin, which now makes Joe Biden the 46th president of the United States. Wisconsin, very, very strong Democratic base here. They just voted for Trump in one election like Indiana did for Obama in 2008. And that's going to be strong Democratic territory, especially since Joe Biden can unify the Democratic Party. He's able to completely flip the tables against Donald Trump, call him out for the things he didn't go through with like health care, whilst other establishment Democrats may seem like they're just pulling at things that Hillary Clinton went out, whereas Joe Biden will be talking about how he grew up and he understands their feelings and how he had their struggles and how they will have an advocate in the White House for them rather than just the top 1% or the establishment Democrats and their progressive movement. Now let's go back to the West Coast, Arizona. Here's the thing. If Donald Trump keeps his promises, I think Arizona will go red. However, if he doesn't, I think that it could flip to the Democrat. Just because of the fact, Latino population here, unified party, white working class. The 3 triple whammy. The white working class, minority population, and unified Democratic Party. That's the killer to every single Republican campaign. You have a unified party behind the Democrat. You have white working class voters behind the Democrat. The majority of the United States voters are white working class. And then you have the minorities behind them. That's a super big wave to flip states that would traditionally be competitive solidly safe to the Democrats. However, if Donald Trump is able to keep his promises, I think he will narrowly, within less than 1%, win Arizona. But for this sake, I'm thinking that these will turn blue in 2020. Colorado, safe Democrat. Like I said, the 3 triple whammy. Again, minorities, white working class, and unified Democratic Party. That will blow any campaign away. Like in Virginia, there's a governor race right now, and there's a broken Democratic Party there. Ralph Northam will have to fix the Democratic Party and fix all the people that went against him in the Democratic primary and bring them onto his campaign so that way he can appeal to the Bernie Sanders voters there and appeal to the entire part of the Democratic Party here. Texas, I'll stay. That one I think will stay with the Republicans just because of its core red values. I think that'll get very competitive in 2020 if Joe Biden decides to run. It'll be extremely competitive, but I think that it will narrowly stay with the Republicans. And then in 2024, if Joe Biden chooses to run again, I think that one will flip to him because of growing Latino population. Iowa, I'm thinking that one will go to Joe Biden. Even though it went for Trump by 9%, these were people who felt they could relate to Donald Trump because they were in rural counties, or they were a part of the Republican Party but voted for Obama twice, or they were just angry Democrats, angry at the establishment, angry at Hillary Clinton. And These are the types of voters that will become a part of the unified Democratic Party. And I think that these people will land Biden a victory in Iowa. Now, Nebraska, 2nd Congressional District, I think that one will stay with Joe Biden. If it went for Obama, it will go to Joe Biden because of the fact that Biden will be perceived as a new type of Obama that not only appeals to minorities, but he appeals to the white working class. So he has both of those behind him. Indiana, that one I think will narrowly stay with the Republicans because it went for Trump by 19%. His running mate will be from there, but I think it will be within 5%. Ohio, I think, will flip to the Democrats. This is because, again, the white working class in the rural counties in outside the cities, outside the general population areas in Ohio, will come out to vote for Joe Biden. North Carolina, I think that one will go to the Republicans because of the fact that will go to the Democrats because I think that the people here were angry in 2016, so they voted for someone who told it like it is. And if Joe Biden is able to call out Donald Trump for everything he lied about, possibly everything he didn't tell the truth about, I think that will really rile them up and possibly vote for him. And maybe I think it will be in a small margin, but I don't think it'll be as close as in 2008 with 14,000 votes. Georgia, I'm going to give that one to Joe Biden because of the fact that Obama is definitely going to be campaigning for Joe Biden. And Hillary Clinton will most likely be campaigning for Joe Biden. And Georgia really liked Hillary Clinton. And they're going to focus on new, growing Democratic states that very narrowly went for Trump, but will probably go for Joe Biden because Joe Biden is a much better campaigner than Hillary Clinton. Joe Biden can unify the party unlike Hillary Clinton did, and I think that he will overall do better than Hillary Clinton did in these states, and that will land him a victory. I think he'll overall do better by 5% roughly in certain states and 10% in others because of the divisiveness that was in 2016 that will not be relevant in 2020. And Florida, Latino population here, I think that one will land in the Democratic column. This will be a very big victory for Joe Biden if Trump is unable to keep his promises, and still be a victory for him if Trump does keep his promises. This is if Trump keeps his promises, and this is the map if Trump does not keep his promises. I think that these states will flip back to the Republicans. And I think this will be the map if Donald Trump does keep his promises, because I think that Georgia's still turning Democrat. Florida still has that minority vote. Regardless of how Trump does, they will come out in legions, unlike they did for Hillary Clinton. They will come out in Obama numbers. Virginia will stay. Ohio will stay because Joe Biden is a white man. That sounds somewhat bad, but it's just the fact that people vote based on how they feel they can relate. So if someone is almost an exact replica of a rural farmer in Ohio, and he worked his way up in the white working class in the Rust Belt in Pennsylvania, people will be able to relate to him more than they can relate to someone like Hillary Clinton, who lived a marvelous life as a first lady, ran for Senate in 2000, was a senator, now worth around $21 million. Compared to Joe Biden, who is worth a lot of money, but he didn't get there based off marrying someone. He got there based off hard work and dedication towards what he wanted to get through. And Michigan and Wisconsin will stay, and Pennsylvania will stay because this is a Rust Belt. And yeah, so let me switch it back to my final map. This is the final map. Joe Biden 375 to Donald Trump's 163. In the description, I'm going to provide a link to vote on what my next video should be. Whether it be an election night or whether it be something around another prediction or an alternative history prediction, whatever. I'm going to put that in the description below. It's going to be 3 options: alternative history prediction, 2020 election prediction, or an election night from either alternative history or 2020. I'm thinking about doing that rematch that a lot of people suggested, a rematch between Clinton and Trump. So I'm thinking about doing that. So vote in that link below. Probably be a straw poll. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.